What's up, Justin? What's going on, man? What's up, John? What's up, B-boy? What's going on, bro? I was supposed to sleep, but due to certain circumstances, I ended up staying up. um, what happened to sleep? Oh, sleep ain't happening tonight. I'll tell you that. Stuff, Kyo. Magic level 3 or attack level 2. You're gonna go for magic level 3. Absolutely, level 3. You need the fixed cast time anyway. So, Mark, good afternoon. Yeah, you can see the minus like 428. But you know, we're here. Pet spirits tips. I mean, there's really no tips of pet spirit. You just dump everything in there, and it gives you very very minimal stats. But you know, it's something. It's better than just having your pet charts be unusable. You had to find a way to make it like worth. Oh my god. Yeah, that's why Tifa never fails to send me my coffee budget, bro. What's up, Des? Right, he's always saying he goes sleep, but really he don't. Yeah, that's also true. I never. Good thing we only have like, we only have I think we only have banquet today, right? Something like that. Which means I can probably sleep in a little bit because like later on, later tonight, my time, tonight, my time. Yeah, my time, to my time. I'm gonna be recording the War of Imperium guide since War of Imperium's like pretty close, so I have to get that done. You know, the goal is to educate everybody as to like what the meta comp is for, you know, WoW, how to defend in WoW, how to go on offense in WoW. He sleeps with his eyes open. Yeah, it's got to do. You know, funny thing is like a lot of the times, just because I can't resist for some reason, um, anytime I try to sleep, and my phone like dings or something, like somebody's sending me like a VOD that like, hey, you should review this one. This looks like a good VOD that excuse me, um, sorry guys, that we recorded from our guild league, and I'm like, oh, a VOD. Like somehow in my mind, I'm like, it's not gonna take long. Like fully like ignoring the fact that like I know and I'm very aware of this. That like as soon as I see a VOD like to review, it's just automatic. automatically I'm just thinking in my head like, wow, like I could do this, I could do that. Okay, write this down. Let me need to correct this, correct that, and yeah. Every time you try to sleep, Nocturne holds your ass. Yeah. What is the next podcast character review? Hey Mara. We're actually gonna have a podcast again on Sunday again. And then I'm also guesting on a podcast on Trix's podcast, I believe, this Saturday. And then there's gonna be a character review in a couple hours. I don't know if you guys probably know her. Oh My Venus. She's very popular in the Mobile Legends scene, and beyond. I'd have to say. And then after guild events later, I'm also reviewing the winner from our the winner from the roulette from last time. We were supposed to review his account on Monday, but he got busy, and I told him like just let me know what time you're available. I'll be there. You know, my time is flexible as a content creator, and then I'm just gonna and then so we have 2 account reviews today. And obviously, like once the account review thing is up, people can comment on there again. I'll copy paste the format, and then the next episodes will, you know. Oh, I got 2 free coins. Nice. Bloody branch. Okay. Oof, nice. A maximum of 200 players can participate in one castle as part of an alliance. 3 guilds. Is it 200? I thought it was 300 in NA. They didn't raise the cap over here? It's kind of crazy, no? I want this thing so bad, man. Cloud roaming. Look at this, bro. It looks so cool. Look at that. Look at him go. That's super cool. Why does it keep like that? Look, that's up in us. Hey, you guys really eat, you guys actually. Hmm. Can I show you a review of Venus' account? Tempter. Um. It's pretty spicy here in Pront 7. Trash Talk already started with its up 2 guilds. Who's in Pront 7 again? Steve Irwin is shaking. Oh no. RIP. Should we get the global CD faceware? Yeah, you should. You should. It's actually pretty good. You got your global cooldown plus like demi-human damage. That's pretty crazy. The best thing about this thing too is that there's no like upgrade requirement on it. You just straight up get global CD minus 2% and then demi-human damage and then all stats plus one. That's, you know, it's like a plug and play base wear. Oh, Solaria, right? Solaria. I saw the trash talk. Somebody posted a screenshot. It was like wild dogs or something. Like they've changed their names in game as part of the trash talking thing, which is crazy. I was like reporting coin for diamonds refresh weekly. I think they do. I think they do. I got lucky recently got an MVP card, which I don't use because I'm a high priest. If I put it in auction, it seems it's not worth since you'll only get diamonds. Yeah, you'll get a bunch of diamonds, but I don't know, man. I honestly don't think that any like whatever diamonds that you would have gotten from it is gonna be worth giving up an MVP card. NA and JP has Zenny based auctions. Well, no, not the MVP cards. In NA, we still have the MVPs are still gonna be neon berries. There's just at one point in time it was Zenny, and then I think when Root 2.0 happened, he changed to neon berries. Um, and I think the problem with NA was that like when you sold it to the auction, you wouldn't really get a percentage of the Zenny. You'd get like I think you get like 600k or something like that, which is really really not worth it at all. And honestly, it encouraged RMT a lot. What's up, Justin? That's you, 30 KDP. What's up, Manuel? Um, Sigil setup. I mean, for the most part, I have Braveheart, Deadlock Aura, Floating Protection, and World Body. This is my standard. This is what I always usually use. Because, you know, PvP damage reduction as you level them is pretty huge as well. For PvE, depending on like how much damage you're doing, you might want to opt for like other options. Berserk for one. Was it is it Berserk? Yeah, Berserk for magic attack. Um, it's not bad at all if you're trying to one tap or kill mob like faster. Um, the other one is energy drain. What's the other one? Is it raging? Soul Reaper. Soul Reaper, I believe. Yeah. Reduces global cooldown by 10%, increases magic attack by 10% for 5 seconds. If I can be activated every 10 seconds. So there's like a 5-second downtime. And works really well with co-processor activation. So if you're going for like grinding type play, then that's your play. But in PvP, offensive sigils are just so strong, man. Like the difference between like the offensive ones and the defensive ones is way too huge. Just putting the MVP card in the album. What MVP card did you get? Because there might be a reason. There might be a way that you can make it work. Got lucky with we all got 3 pieces frozen, like Frozen World. That is actually a really good utility sigil. It doesn't have a lot of uses like otherwise, which is why I would rank it lower. What am I going for here? I can probably... I'm gonna go kill minis first, probably. Assuming that nobody's killing these things yet. Is mechanic casting type or auto attack type? It's like it's casting type, man. It's casting type. Just like from all the specs that they had, it definitely looks like it's all casting type. It's better to stack more PvP damage reduction instead of PvP damage bonus. Depends on your class, but you definitely need both for sure. I mean, if you're an offensive class, you need PvP damage bonus because like there's no point in you trying to survive a little bit longer just to die anyway, and you can't even kill the person that you're targeting. You got it, Manuel. Orc Village 5? How's Orc Village 5, man? Feathers, you said? Yeah. So PvE setup, and then when it's PvP, I switch to like Dark Tier. You know, the same. It's gonna be the same setup for all of them, and then defensive. Just have these just because like higher values on these things. Otherwise, I switch out this one for like a more PvP damage reduction oriented one. Is energy drain sigil good? Like compared to like your other choices, for offensive, I'll be honest with you. Like if you compare offensive ones to defensive, seems pretty underwhelming, right? But that's not because it's bad, all right? It's not because it's bad. It's because the defensive sigils are just way too good. They're too OP, in my opinion, at least. Drake card. Oh, okay. Yeah, Drake card is pretty damn good, huh? But yeah, you're right. Synex is way too expensive. Thank you for being informative in every stream. Kudos. Thanks, Cods. Is the move costume BIS for FS? I wouldn't say it's BIS. It's probably going to be very good for a very long time, though. So if you're thinking of getting it, and it's very easy to get, yeah, I would get it. If you're just trying to heal. What the hell's going on here? You know if Bard is good or nah? Oh, these guys are hunting it already. Let's not grief them here. If Bard is good or not, and Bard is very, very good. Bard is, I would say, Bard is a very crucial class for any guild that wants to compete. Can they grind easily? You're not gonna be expecting like wizard levels of grinding, but they do grind decently. Again, if you're playing support, like support type bard, then kinda is the responsibility of your guild to help you level. They have to leech you, but they still do decent damage, yeah. You think you can become level 90 on Sunday? Tough call. Oh my god, everybody and their mothers is hunting this guy. Holy. What is going on? I'm not sure if I can reach 90 actually. Wait, I'm up against like whole parties here. Or Village 5, we top one guild there, but not much wills in server. Yeah, I mean, I think it's good to have some variance, right? Look at Terra servers. It's some people might argue like, yeah, it's the most competitive server. It's like the most competitive servers, but at the same time, it's like, is it if you're up against somebody who's like 400k as like a 250k, is it really competitive still? Because competitive means that you're competing, but if you can't even like remove their shield, like is it really still competing? You know what I mean? So it's very subjective, what competitive means to some people. So if there's like more competition there for you guys, it's not like a complete stop, then it's for the better, I'd say. Character's a male. Can I switch to dancer? I no, you'd have to go bard, unfortunately. Well, it's not I wouldn't say unfortunately, because bard is really, really good. Damn, I might have to do minis later. Will you use gravity or miss an upcoming woe? Gravity, 100%. Situationally, I might use uh Stormgrass level 1, but that's about it. What the hell's going on? Okay, let's got Pharaoh card in Izlude 7. Is that your guild member? Wanna buy it? Oh really? Pharaoh card is it's a pretty good card actually. Wouldn't use it for PvP. But the MP consumption is pretty good. That means I can probably use gravity field level 5 when I do my MR or something. Is it easy to switch from Wiz to Champ on level 90? I don't know about easy. But I think if you're going for Asura, your transition is going to be easier for sure, because you have Magic Tide. 90, you'll have access to the Magic Tide set, and that's going to boost up your Asura damage by quite a bit. You also have access to the Pufferfish. Instead of like level 100, you have access to it at level 90. The only thing is like you don't really have good AoE still until Red Cores come out, but you will have pretty good damage. And you can probably grind Dark Frames. You can probably one-shot Dark Frames actually. Oh my god, everybody's hunting this boss. Okay, I'm not gonna find another activity to do. Do you have any TR teams? What's the spawn rate of minis? It's around 15 to 20 minutes each before it spawns. Is it worth to sacrifice 5 days of feather for the headgear in the porting event? High whiz. The face wear? Yeah, it's worth it. I'd say it's worth it. Honestly, the porting event's like, for the most part, it's pretty worth it. There's a very low chance for you to lose out on anything, really. Is it worth getting skill for 3 M's? Because I've been pretty unlucky myself. I mean, how easy is it for you to get 3 mils any? Because that's quite a bit of zenny to actually spend. I mean, you could be unlucky with cards, but you know the pity system exists still, so you can only be unlucky to a certain extent, right? Subject. Okay, pag-ipunan ng ano sa pouring chest lottery. Pwede ka mag ano. Pwede mo bilhin yung especially if wizard ka or caster. Ito maganda kunin. Yung rainbow goggles. Should I go int feathers for SD or strength still before 110 like you said? You're still going. Your strength still scales better at this stage, but the difference isn't super crazy. But right now you're probably wearing like Nile Rose, right? If you're wearing Nile Rose, go for strength. But I mean, if you want to prepare for the future, then by all means go int. Can't go wrong with it. What are the best accessories for bar dancers for PvE and PvP? By the time dancers and bars release, I think we'll still be using. We'll still have access to the 95 accessories. Depends on like if you're a healer, because if you're a healer, you could just stick to angelic ring until we get the Sig Talifa set at 105. Otherwise, like the only other thing you can use is this right here, like these healing plus 5%, but 2p side effect plus 15. Otherwise, I wouldn't worry about it too much. If you can get some angelic rings, I mean, you're pretty much set, right? Tap on new server, first time playing mage, which among only illusion cards is usable. I think everybody everybody should at least get the Osiris card because of how useful it is in all types of situations, especially like situations where it matters. It's going to be even especially effective for Tower of Nightmare because Tower of Nightmare you only have limited spots. Oh wait, hold on. Hello po.
Hello.
Hello. Kamusta?
Goods lang. Ayan, nabudol na ni Ragnarok gumastos.
Binili mo na yung yung bagong event?
Yeah. Actually, nakikita ko rin yung mga content mo kung worth it bang bilhin yung mga bagong events.
Kasi
anong hatol mo sa event ngayon?
Sa ito ngayon, ito especially worth it to yung yung pouring. Kaso, minsan yung ginagawa ko is kinakalculate ko muna yung nyan value nila. Tapos, kahit minsan, almost all the time naman, malaki naman yung value, yung item to nyan ratio niya, yung discount. Kaso minsan yung ibang bagay, even though mas discounted yung value, um,
Mhm.
hindi pa rin worth it kasi yung parang siya yung type na resource na makukuha mo rin in time.
Yeah, totoo.
Uh, like yung pet for example, pet ones, I think if you have enough of it, you don't have any more use for it. So, you know, it would just be a
Yung
waste.
Patipon?
No, ang pet, yung, pet, amount pala yung mount, for example, yung mount, um, um, yung mga, yung biscuit, yung, ano ba tawag? Yung
Yeah.
purple sa blue. Oo. Teka lang. Teka lang. Okay, okay. Okay naman, naka-stream ako ngayon eh. So,
Yeah, sure. Okay lang,
okay,
okay
okay.
lang.
Sige, sige. If you want, pwede mo i-share yung, yung screen mo or yung game mo. And
Wait.
then we can go through.
Ayan, okay na.
Um, Ayan. Okay, okay. Ayan. Teka lang. Magpupulat lang ako ng notepad para sasend ko sa'yo after.
Yes, please.
So,
Naka-live ka na now? Or...
Okay. Okay lang ba minsan mag-English ako? Medyo,
Yeah, okay lang, okay lang.
okay, okay. Medyo awkward ako magtagal.
Yeah, pati mukhang marami ka ring international viewers.
Hmm. Okay, okay. Sige. Put ko dito yung... Kahit, okay. So, before we start, do you have any questions about your sniper? Any concerns? Improvements PvP, War of Imperium, Guild League?
Parang nahihinaan ako sa damage ko. I don't know. Parang
Damage? Okay.
wala, feel ko lang. Parang ang kukunat na ng mga players ngayon. Hindi ko sure dahil ba sa Sigil.
Most likely because of Sigil.
Mm.
It can also be because of physical defense ignore at saka
Mhm.
PvP damage.
Yeah.
Kasi pag masyadong malaki yung difference ng PvP damage saka PvP up to percentage
Yeah.
yung decrease na eh. So coupled with sigils, then magsasuffer ka talaga. So okay, tingnan ko muna yung stats mo. Let's see how much
Yan, stats.
stats, okay. Lock decks, okay, that's good. Go to details. Let's see. Crit is at 119. You can work on that. Okay. Scroll down to PvP damage bonus. 2.2k. Okay, 2.2k. That's actually really good. You might struggle against siguro yung paladin kasi may reflect sila.
Yeah.
Tsaka yung talagang matataas na PvP damage. Okay. So we'll think of ways to increase that. Most likely galing siya from feathers.
Yeah, feathers.
Yeah. So the other thing too na pwede mong gawin rin, you can take it slow or you can rush it. Yung emblem, yung title. Naka 3 stars sun ka. So
Yeah.
pwede mo rin yan i-increase para mas tumaas yung damage mo sa mga sa
Bali
other
worth it
players.
yung sa bagay permanent rin yung title
Permanent.
durability.
So if you na-click mo na ba yung question mark? Ayan sa yung nasa yellow.
Yeah, na ano ko naman siya.
Kaya kasi
Yan.
20% kasi pag 5%, plus or minus 20%. So,
Mm.
ayan, pag above sila ngayon, 3-star ka, so yung highest ngayon is 5-star, 2-star difference, you deal 8% less damage to
Yeah.
them.
Pati usually ng mga players dito sa server namin nasa ano na rin, nandito na sa Sun 2.
Mm. Mm. Yan, average yan, especially, you don't need to spend a lot. Basta bilhin mo lang yung alpha, yung makaka 2-star ka talaga. Okay, so let's start with sigils first.
Okay.
Okay. So what's your usual sigil setup?
Ito yung
Just
sa PvP.
okay.
Yung sa PvE, wala masyado.
Wala masyado.
Ito lang. Yeah. Pero yung sa PvP, ito.
Okay. Oh, may cooldown. Ayan. Okay. So, okay naman yung yung setup mo kasi nakikita ko high level na ngayon yung PvP damage reduction mo plus 1,000. So nakita mo na ba yung yung ginawa kong sigil tier list which would probably help you.
Ay, actually, hindi pa.
Ito.
Check ko later after after nito.
Ililink ko lang sa'yo mamaya.
Sige.
Para pwede may reference. Kasi medyo may ibang sigil talaga due to scaling mas malakas. So sigils are okay. Is there any reason why you prefer Frozen World over the Sword Sigil?
Actually, aling Sword Sigil?
The red one. The red.
Ito?
Yeah, Sword Ultimate. Yep.
Kasi parang mas, ang ganda niya tignan eh. Ang lakas maki-Elsen. Parang game-changing siya sa Guild Expert tsaka sa Guild Day. Actually, ito yung pinaplano kong i-max. 4 stats lang.
Yeah, that's really good idea. Really good idea for damage reduction.
Yeah, pero super kasi nag-enter ako dito.
Frozen World maganda yung Frozen World, it's good because especially in large scale fights.
Yeah.
Even more so pag War of Imperium, if meron kanyan. You could stop a push in its tracks or you could make a play on a stack. The good thing naman about the Sword Sigil is if let's say may ka 1v1 ka, nag-i-ignore siya ng defense kaya yan, especially with your stats. So Sigil so far is good. Okay, keep upgrading blue purples to maximize PvP damage reduction. Okay, so sigils are one of our main sources for PvP damage reduction and damage reduction in general. Can I see your collection?
May idea ka ba regarding sa sa future sigils? Magkakaroon ba ng sigils na na PvP damage bonus?
In the current meta wala pa ngayon. Yung recent video na release ko nga rin, meron siyang kasi meron pa rin ako access sa NA. Yung bagong sigil nila wala pa rin eh. Kaya yung offensive sigils nga, yung passive, isa lang yung dinagdag nila. Ayun. Pero they do have plans and I'll send you the screenshots of the new sigils later para and then we can go through them if you want.
Okay.
After the session. Sige. Go. O gusto mo, pwede rin ko ngayon. Ano pa? I-send kasi yung screenshots and then we can go through which ones are good. Okay. So sigils are good so far. We can go to feathers maybe.
Yeah. Actually, dito ko medyo nag-i-invest sa feathers.
Yes. So feathers is probably the best investment that you can make on your character because it's parang siya foundation siya ng character mo. The only thing is, do you usually have light and dark or time space lang talaga?
Yeah, ito na yung pinaka sigil ko. Pinaka feathers ko. Plano kong baguhin pa to ng dark, kaso masyado kasing mahal.
Mahal yung dark.
Pinunti ko pa.
So good thing is so the good thing is dark before the limit was 20 per week. Now they made it 40 per
Yeah.
week, so you can fight less with your guildmates
Uh-uh.
sa guild auction. So that would be good because if you if you compare the day tier 10 right now, if you click that one, the day tier rather,
Alin, the day?
the day
Ito,
tier,
yeah.
yep, and then scroll to the dark if you have any.
Wala ito.
Wala. Okay.
Dark.
So yeah, dark is, so let's write down PvP damage,
Yeah.
PvP damage reduction, 38, right? 38. Okay. And then raw P attack is 24, and P damage 0.68%. And click back to the duel, Valkyrie duel, desktop. Okay. And we compare it to day tier, right? So day tier only has ignore P-def plus 34.
Yeah.
And the PV damage medyo wala naman use talaga pag ano. So yung values talaga is 38 PvP damage, 24 P attack, and 0.68% physical damage, which with your character's investments, 0.68 counts for a lot more than anybody. So dyan rin yung damage difference dyan rin nagagaling kasi if you have tier 6 as well, not dark, dyan, for damage,
Yeah.
you might want to change up the tier 6 if you're lacking in damage. You might want to change your dark tier and put it in your offensive feathers if you are doing PvP.
Yeah.
Because that would be a huge boost to your damage in general.
Yeah.
So if you feel like your damage is a little weak, then you could do that, and it will actually make a huge difference. All right,
Yeah,
so
that's...
yeah, so replace day feathers with dark feathers when PvP and having damage issues. Okay. And let's go to, and I think you don't have a lot of issues with your defensive ones. I can see from the colors here, they're all pretty good. And do you level your feathers evenly, or do you max out the first ones first?
Sa ngayon, as of now, mas sinusubukan ko munang i-tier 10 kasi parang pag tier 9 to tier 10 plus additional 6% yung ano.
Power spike. So that's good.
Sinusubukan ko
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's way better scaling. The other thing too now is that because of how much more expensive feathers get as basically every level, it might be worth leveling. Let's say like you have tier 6 light, tier 6 dark, and you have a nature tier 7, right? So you could actually do tier 7 light and tier 7 dark first, just because of you're guaranteed to go up to tier 7 Raven's Hour, which gives you more PvP stats. So that would also actually boost your damage more, because as we said earlier, the stats that you get from a tier 6 dark feather will always outscale the lesser yellow feathers, right? So yeah, we're gonna put there, replace dark day feathers with dark feathers when PvPing and having damage issues. Prioritize evening out the Raven's Hour tier for defensive as well. Due to tier bonus, percent bonus, giving you more damage than expected. Okay, so we're done with feathers. For the most part, you've been doing everything correctly. Just that little detail on the defensive feathers, just because of how much PvP stats and raw stats the dark and light feathers give. So we'll close this one off, and I want to see your enchants.
Okay.
Ayan, gear.
Dito ako din nagpo-focus ngayon sa enchants.
Okay, level 4 sharp, all sharp. Sharp battle, luck 5, that's good. Beacon 5, sharp, okay. Yeah, so okay. Looking at your accessories here. Okay. So far for enchants, it's going to get very expensive, but it's also going to get very good because if you click at the question mark at the lower left right there of the enchant screen, at the lower left one, the one right below your yep. Yeah. So like character level greater than or equal to level 100 is the max enchantment, and if you click at the other question mark like right below there, you can see that like it goes all the way up to like level 10 at 55 enchantment level. So there's always a debate of and I'm doing this just so you're sure of like what the path forward is. A lot of people are debating whether you want to level them up evenly, or do you want to rush all the way to like enchantment level 55 and get access to level 7 and 10. So the short answer is it's not worth it to rush on your weapon because the increase is kind of incremental. It might be worth it to rush for wizards because they, for wizard classes usually want to rush the fixed cast time. So it's worth it for them. But for sniper, you don't have to rush level 7 to 10 enchants. Yeah. And that's because it's gonna tie into your gear later on, where eventually sharp is just going to give you enough crit chance. Like around 130 to 145 crit chance is a healthy spot to be in. And once you get to that point in the game, then you might want to consider something like maybe legendary bow. You might have to experiment that, which is pretty easy because you can just switch presets. So once you get to that level of crit rate, then you can start considering those options as well. Right? So okay. And let me double check. Sharp battle, right? Sharp battle is PvE, no? Is it PvE?
This is PvP.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, that's good. All right. Okay. Now let's take a look at your cards. I just want to make sure that you have the right cards for what's your PvP setup for cards usually?
Wait.
Okay, that's good. All right. You're going for raw damage, so that's perfect. There we go. And you're wearing the Goblin Chief 2 and Deviling 2. Okay, good. You are you able to get another Deviling 2? By any chance?
Sa ngayon hindi pa.
Hindi pa ngayon? Okay,
Pero,
okay.
pero priority daw ako ng ano ko ngayon ng guild.
Yeah. Because there's this whole debate between Goblin Chief or Deviling. They're both good by all means, but the gap that Deviling card gives you in terms of PvP, the bonus that it gives you is actually percent wise. It scales percentage wise. So like with your current gear, by all means you should definitely be melting people unless they have like around 4 to 5k PvP damage reduction, right? Because even if they had a 1k damage reduction over you, as a as a single target type like sniper, you should still be killing them. So let me take a look at the rest of your cards here. I just want to make sure that everything is. Let me take a look at your armor card.
Usually ito ginagamit ko, Arjo, for PvP.
Mm-hmm. Good counter for Synexus. That's good. What about for your shoes and your muffler?
Ninetales.
Ninetail. Okay, that's a good
Your
place.
inahan ko is Dragonfly.
Dragonfly is really is good. I would not overpay for Dragonfly though. Wild Rose is standard max HP. That's good. That's good. And what about accessories?
Para both Pirate Skeleton and Orc Archer.
Mm-hmm. Orc Archer card, Pirate Skeleton. Okay, that's good for now since they're 3-star. So if what was your reasoning between deciding Pirate Skeleton and the Kobold, for example?
Kobold?
Mm-hmm.
Di ba strength yung Kobold?
Kobold Zerom card, sorry.
Nung una, kasi may nabasa ako na P-attack daw yung mas nagbe-benefit yung Blitzbit from P-attack.
Mm-hmm.
And ayun. And since ito na rin yung una kong napagdesisyonan, nainis na, so tinuloy ko na siya.
Okay. So it's good. It's good. It's not bad by any means. The only reason why I asked that is because of the fact that once red cores come out, right? Snipers get this core called Wind God Core. And what it does is basically it makes Sharpshoot the meta for snipers. It's one of the best range burst in the game. It'll make you a really fast grinder. It'll make you one-shot people in PvP in ways that an ADL never could. And from what I'm told, you play Mobile Legends professionally.
Yeah.
And you're very good at it. One of the best players in the world is what I've been told. So I imagine that you're very good with skill shots.
Sakto lang.
Sakto lang. Okay. So that those mechanics come into play for Sharpshoot because Sharpshoot is by definition basically a skill shot. And it's even with Wind God Core that decreases the cast time in like by half. There's still a cast time. And that doesn't really get negated until you get a Dark Illusion card. So and the reason why I'm telling you that is because like I wanted to help you prepare for the future and the future meta of snipers.
Yeah, actually hindi yung plan ko eh. Parang tinitignan ko din as early as now yung yung Sharpshoot.
Yeah. So yeah, variable cast time minus 10%, fixed cast time minus 10% as well. So it's really good. Right. And if you do enough damage, eventually you can even try to decrease it as like a little bit more with ancient Strauf if you need to, right?
Actually, tinry ko rin yung yung sa enchant. Like ito, magic enchant.
Magic enchant. Yep. Perfect cast time. Oh, okay, that's good. That's really good actually. The rough part about that is unless you have enough crit, it doesn't make it doesn't make magic worth it quite yet. It may be very late game if once we get to that point, then you have like a lot of crit already with high level sharp enchants, then you can think about like more variable cast time, right? If you notice that your damage is no longer lacking. But the thing about Sharpshoot is if it doesn't crit, it's going to be it's going to underperform by a lot. Like you probably won't even be able to kill a lot of people. Like you'll be maybe able to
Yeah.
kill like some mid spenders or low spenders or free to plays, but like the people that you want to kill, you won't be able to kill.
Yeah, gets.
So are you actually do you plan on sticking to agility luck, or do you want to transition eventually to um sharpshoot? Because sharpshoot is going to be the meta, but at the same time at around 110 and 115, um ADL does get a buff, which makes it deal decent damage. Not AoE damage, but pretty decent damage with additional
Mm-hmm.
CC. So what's your preferred play style? Do you like the high risk, high reward sharpshoot better, or do you want like the fast attack speed, consistent damage ADL better?
As of now, hindi pa talaga ako sure.
Okay.
Siguro, kailangan ko munang makita yung ano,
Okay, yeah, and don't worry.
sample.
Yeah, usually like people that I review, I'll give you like a future. I'll send you a notepad after this with a future plan of like the future paths that you could possibly
Mhm.
take. And if you have any questions in the future and you like, have like a tough time deciding, just come to me and we'll run through all the scenarios that each build is good at and pros and cons.
Yeah.
Um, and we'll handle that as well. So right now, everything seems to be good with your current build. Once you, what not once, but like if you decide to commit to sharpshoot, just come to me, and then we'll adjust your cards, your gear, everything going
Yeah.
forward. So let me take a look here at your mount is also leveled up, right? Like your job mount.
Mount?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So traits, you're at 600, 600. Okay. And then what about level? Level. Okay. So the yellow ones, you can just use the yellow ones already because they don't actually take, like if you click, yeah, they don't take your weekly.
Kasi nung last time na gumamit ako ng
Mm-hmm.
yellow, na-max yung mount ko, tas hindi ko na-maximize yung weekly purple.
Oh, because
Kasi
you have
may
to do the quest.
required na level siya.
Oh, okay.
Kaya ngayon hindi ko na basta-basta ginagamit.
Okay. You can still use it here. Because you're not really capped yet. And get yourself like some additional, yeah, plus 203.
Wow.
It's that percent is more valuable to you because of your current gear, and so that's it's a pretty good like boost in damage. You can keep going if you want. Just then later on you can eventually, yeah. So that's good. So for mounts and for traits, for the mount traits.
For the
mount traits, job.
Okay.
Go to traits. Click on evolve real quick. So let's see if it already has a pop up. Evolving mount reaches level 30. Okay, so you're saving the 132 probably for more courage, right? You're not really going for furious. Okay, that's good. You could go either or, but holding it is not a bad idea as well. Okay, so now that we've leveled the mount, we can exit out of this one. Okay. And let me look at your point shop. Go to backpack. And go to points. Top right. I just want to make sure that like everything here is taken advantage of. Okay,
okay.
guild shop. Okay. Shield of Duel is bought out. Okay, keep scrolling. Oh, wait, your dual lenses are still not available. Did the guild not reach level 5 vending machine yet? Or are they working on it? Okay. So it's a good idea to get, if you could recommend to your leadership that it's a good idea to get the guild vending machine to level 5, because what it does right now is that, like, I mean, obviously it opens up dual lenses if you need it. If you don't, you could always dismantle it for even higher level, for the other higher level statue parts. But the most important part right now is probably your A energy and B energy, and um, when you cap out your chapter of moon every week, um, it doesn't show it here, but once you level the guild vending machine to level 5, the alpha energy,
Uh-huh.
there's actually an uncapped version of it. Like I could actually open it up on stream here.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so like oh, actually beta energy, sorry. So I have your alpha energy 20, beta energy weekly cap at 5. But then if you have enough contribution, you can actually, there's actually one here. They don't show it for some reason. But like you can actually just keep, I can buy up to like 1,000 whatever of these as long as you have enough like guild contribution. So that's one thing that your guild leader should also prioritize. And the other one too, to supplement all that guild contribution spending, is maybe you want to consider maybe just kind of whisper to him like, hey, can you level our guild shop so you can gift us guild contribution every week. So let me write that down as well for guild point shop. Guild
Tingin mo mas worth it mag-invest sa VNA energy compared sa mag-ano ka weekly sa chapter of moon?
Chapter moon is always going to be better. Because of the way that titles are. The titles are weird. Because the thing about titles is that they're not the most cost efficient. Like I would like if I threw money into the game, right? Like if I invested into the game, titles usually would not be my first go-to. But the good thing about titles is like there's reliable sources that you can get from every week, so you don't really quite like fall behind too hard. So that's why I would prioritize titles when it comes to your guild contribution.
Okay.
Titles, emblem. Okay. Have guild lead level up vending machine 5 ASAP, and guild shop as well for weekly free contribution. Right? Because like the sooner that they choose to level your guild shop to give you guys like free contribution, the more it adds up like every week. Like every week that you don't have it leveled up is another week that your guild as a whole is behind. You know. So let's go to Union Shop next. Okay. So it looks like you actually max out your Union Shop your Union points every day.
No.
You don't? Okay.
Yeah.
So did they teach you how to do your Union farm like the fastest way?
No, I have no idea.
Okay. So one of the fastest ways to do Union Shop is and you could have somebody just like drag the party out as well. Like you don't even have to do anything, or you could drag the party as well. So best thing to do about Union Shop points is form a party of 5. Do HHH. And you can do this too, even if you don't have HHH. You can just assist people, right? Even if you don't have any orders for the day. So you do HHH. One person use their run. The other 4 assist.
Yeah, I get.
Yeah, so the other 4 assist. So that's not going to take you completely maxed out on your union points. So what you do after is you just have afterwards just have one person do their anthem or hazy forest, and the rest can assist, and then everyone do theirs after, and like after like 1 or 2 dailies, that should cap you out on your union shop points every day. Like it's very fast, especially with your gear. You're probably just gonna tear through the mobs, so you could probably just, if you're, let's say like you're I don't know, let's say like you're cooking or you're eating or you're watching a series or something, you can just auto
Yeah.
follow, because like with your gear, just you auto following them actually makes it easier for them, right? Like
Yeah, right.
if I had you in my party, I would just be like, you know what, you can relax. I'll just I'll just click auto rally and I'll just drag you around, and then I'll just do these, like whatever you have to do. If you want to go get some food, you know, you want to finish the series,
Mhm.
a K drama, whatever you're watching, I'll take care of it, because just having me in the party will just melt the mobs, right, and make the run that much faster. So that's it for our union shop. Let's I'm gonna skip the limited time pet shop, or we're gonna go straight to pet shop. Okay, okay. And the other thing too is that you can do if you're maybe if you're feeling lazy, and this is what I do some days when I feel lazy, when I don't want to gather like a party of 5, or don't have a set party of 5, is you can just do cross server. You can just do cross server daily, and you can just
Yeah.
yeah. So let me see, Child of Earth, weekly limit. And you've only been focusing on Child of Earth, right?
Yeah.
Only Child of Earth. Okay, good, good. Because I've seen people focus on like pet shard, like S pet shards. Um, I watched I watched the clip that somebody sent me. Um, when you shouted me out on stream.
Yeah.
And you're talking about like the utility pets and everything, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's really good. And I saw your medals too. You had the previous, I guess the person that you bought it from had some of it upgraded already, and thankfully they invested a bit into the pet HP as well. So that's also really good, because that's just gonna help your Child of Earth. So in terms of pet shop, you're all good. Now let's go to feather shop. There's really nothing much to discuss here, but I just wanted to kind of show you a possible. I wouldn't even say possible. I think it's pretty much like almost confirmed that they're gonna do it. But the little currency that you have there, the 1,255,
Yeah.
right? There is going to be another feature in the future where
Mhm.
we have these like it's going to be like a scale, kind of, and it's gonna be balancing out the feathers that you have there, like the feather
Uh-huh.
resource that you have there, and like another new item. We don't quite know where we're gonna get them yet, but it's going to be additional stats for you again. So
Mhm.
um, if you're thinking of like making different specs, and that's why I wanted to ask you earlier if you wanted to go sharpshoot or if you wanted to go just continue ADL sniper,
Mhm.
is because I don't want you investing into like purple feathers, and I don't want you to split your resources, fully knowing that that content is probably gonna come sooner than later.
Yeah.
Um, and that is also going to be another huge boost in stats for you. Not, I'm pretty sure like maybe 99% of the population in Rue, or 99.9% of the population in Rue don't know that yet. So just keep that in mind. And when you decide if you want to go sharpshoot or ADL, just just shoot me a DM, and then we'll lay out a whole plan for you in terms of like feathers, because you don't want to suffer the
Mhm.
feather penalties in that time. So feathers.
Yeah.
So for feather shop, hold on. Spending uh, currency until due to featured content that will add more stats. Okay, and then what about Courage Shop? Let's see what you got from Courage Shop. Okay, you get Chapter Conquer or so Chapter Adventure. Okay, all good purchases. Um, I'm not sure if you did this already, but like the illusion cards, right? The illusion cards. Do
Mhm.
you Did you buy like one of each and then deposit it
Yeah,
and
yeah.
grab them? Okay,
Except for this one.
that one. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Might be a good thing to do in the future if you know if you want. Just because it's a permanent, it's like feathers, you know, it's there permanently. As soon as you deposit it, it's just there. Um,
Yeah.
so for um illusion cards, yeah. What about cogwheel shop? Okay, you buy the titanium 2. Okay. And you're also trying to buy out titanium 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. All right. And then we'll discuss the cogwheels later. Statue shop. I want to see your statue shop. Which ones do you usually buy here?
Yung mga ganito. Ay,
Mist
ito.
Bulbous. Okay, good. And then let's see your metal shop. Metal shop. Okay. So it's generally good practice to buy out the Iridicon and the Illinium every week.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna be over the level like the you know the green gems and the blue gems, like the level 85s. You're gonna get over these
Mhm.
like pretty soon. So what you can do is like every day you should probably, like, any excess that you have, you can actually buy that right there and get more random metal pack. So you can afford to get the Iridicon and Illinium every week if you want.
Mhm.
So let's see. Let me actually see if you have any green actually. See, I'm pretty sure you don't need any more. Yeah, click that one. Yep. Oh, you actually do. Yeah, you can, and you can. Yeah, if you need more metal, you could. Yeah, grab that, open that up, and then every day you can just like keep adding that up.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um. Let's see here. So let's see. Let's go to Academy Store now. How many students do you have actually?
3.
3, right? Okay. So did they all graduate already?
Not yet.
Hmm. Okay. And you know the fact that like as soon as they graduate, you can like have another 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Um. So as soon as you get the other 3, there's actually a weekly cap on how many Academy tokens you can have. So it's also, it's not, I think that's like 5 students a week, as long as they're doing their weekly stuff, will be
Mhm.
actually be around there, like will be enough to cap out your Academy coins. So you don't have to worry about like getting too many students. And I would absolutely buy the flower seeds and the small snowflakes every week. But I think you're saving up for the costume, aren't you?
Yes, for the costume.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I remember that video. Looks like your metal's already maxed out, so I wouldn't stress about this too much. It's just that every week it kind of adds up because it comes from multiple sources, right? But
Yeah.
again, fashion is endgame. Endgame is always fashion. I will never deny you a costume. Yeah. So yeah, get that the Tunic. Number 1 because like again fashion. Number 2 is because it adds to your wardrobe levels anyway, so it ends up helping you anyway. So I'd say yes to that. So you're doing everything good in the academy wise. Um, I want to see your illusion card shop. Did you happen to buy the Osiris card already? Is that why you only have 685 left?
No. Binebenta ko sa diamonds.
Oh, okay.
Before. Pero
Before.
ngayon I'm trying to save.
Okay.
Kasi baka maganda yung Old Baron illusion or hindi.
I can actually show you a preview. Let me open up the client for NA here, and I'll walk you through it. But generally, you do want Osiris because it's not just in PvP.
Yeah.
It's also really good in PvE.
Yeah. Level 90
Um,
dungeon, no?
yeah. And I mean, the reason for that you probably already know is the fact that like you only get limited amount of resurrections in that dungeon.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
having an Osiris card actually gains you an extra life. Not just like in terms of like not dying, but saves an extra, resurrect counter for you.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes the dungeon's difficulty that much easier. And let me just load up the NA client here. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And the cooldown is a lot longer than an actual MVP card, like Osiris MVP card, but like this right here, runs like Juperos. Once you get to like level 4, level 5, like the bosses there will probably one shot you, even with your gear. Not the summons, I mean, like the ancient Strauth. And this actually helps you. And I can teach in Juperos, do you reach like level 5 all the way to the end usually?
Yeah. Yeah, so far, kami naman yung usually top 1 weekly.
Okay, good. That's good. That's good. If you're getting top 1, then there shouldn't be much of an issue going for like another strat. Okay, so let's exit out of this one. The point mall, I mean.
What?
We can exit out of the point mall, and I'll open up the NA client here, and I can send you screenshots of what the Albaran illusion looks like. It's just taking a while because I'm using an emulator. NA doesn't have a PC client. That's why we left. All right. Okay, so let me see your pets. I heard you talking about like volcanic bulldog as well, so that's really good. I can see that you already have it like leveled up, so that's really good to hear.
Yeah.
Like it's really good to see.
Pero hindi ko pa naayos yung items.
Okay. That's not too bad. Because if you notice, like in the pet gear, you'll see like if you click on like one of the gear, you'll see it says like tier 1, and like it's kind of like loading a little bit there. Yeah, you can relic crown 1 right at the end. Yeah. So eventually, when we get to, I believe, I'm not sure if it's going to be with this server level increase or when the server level actually becomes 90, that we might get a tier 2.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm seeing your gear is currently like +6, +9. That's actually good. Save your amber. You're going to need it. Let me add that as well. So for pet gear. Okay. Save amber for future higher tier pet gear. Okay. There we go. So this is let me tag you. Oh, I can't tag you here. Okay. I'll send it to you on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah. Image. It's taking a while to load. Not sure why. But while that's sending, let me just read it out to you. So the illusion card is your physical attacks have a 3% chance to double the next attack's damage. And at level 15, the chance goes all the way up to 6%. So basically like a orc archer, almost. Yeah. So that's as opposed to the actual Albaran, which gives you 8% unsealed, sealed, and 12% unsealed. So I mean, it's not bad by any means. Because like if you're ADL, you have 500% attack speed. It just numbers wise, it just makes sense. Not so much when you're going Sharpshoot. 6% is not gonna be very good compared to like something that's like more consistent damage.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. So, and I also just wanted to look at your deployed pets here. Okay, tier 10, tier 10, tier 3, tier 5. Okay. Tasha. I just want to double check real quick. Can you go to your skills and show me Sharpshoot?
Skills?
Mm-hmm. Sharpshoot. Global delay, 1 second. Pull down your phone. Okay. So global delay. Okay. Is there any reason why you didn't go maybe at least tier 3 Danelle on your pet?
Bakit nga ba? Kasi ano, pangalawang owner na ako nung account and
Ah,
nung
okay.
binili ko siya, Antasha and Samurai lang talaga yung meron siya.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. And the only reason why I actually say that is because if you look at if you go to Danelle, yeah, you can see like tier 3. Upon casting elemental breath, reduce the owner's global cooldown by 20% for 10 seconds. That's what I mean by like utility. And if the buff itself lasts for 10 seconds, Danelle's breath, elemental breath, the cooldown is only 6 seconds. So you pretty much like almost like just as long as you have a target, you'll have 100% uptime and a free global cooldown of 20%. Not to mention that you have 50% variable cast time and fixed cast time decrease, which basically means that you're with red core, even without dark illusion, your sharpshoot will be insta cast, making it pretty much undodgeable. So that's the only reason why I asked if you why the Danelle was not up there in tier. But still you still do really good damage, but that's just like something to keep in mind. Okay, so for us pets, Danelle E3 might be in consideration, especially if switching to Sharpshoot versus Ghost Samurai. Again, it's still not bad because for time space, Antasha's really, really, really good. So, but I'm just looking at it from the perspective of cross server, because I'm guessing that you guys probably want to compete in cross server, right? So that's the point of view that I'm trying to like look at. I think especially if you switch to Sharpshoot when it comes to cross server, you would be a huge threat. The burst that Sharpshoot offers just cannot be matched by ADL at all, right?
Yeah.
So let me look at your deploy here. Again, I want to see your assist pets. Okay, cheers. Do you have any other tier 10 A pets?
This one.
Just the tier 9? Okay. So I want you to check your stat preview first, because I just want to check something. Okay. I'm going to take a screenshot of this first. Okay. So we're going to do a bit of an experiment here. Post it in the podcast chat there. Okay, so X out of that. Remove him. Put in the even though he's level 1, and now I want you to click stat preview again. So before you had 1090 max HP, now it's 1200. So that's 110 more HP. In PvP, that gets multiplied, so that's even better. Max HP percent is the same. Max SP flat is increased. The only thing here now is that you do lose out on 5 P attack. So you can decide um on if you value 5p attack more than you value 110. But obviously, once it's only a matter of time. Once he becomes tier 9, you can just replace them with that.
Yeah.
I mean, once he becomes tier 10, I mean, I'm sorry. So let's take a screenshot of. Oh, sorry.
Mas
Yeah.
bina-value ko kasi yung power eh.
Okay. So let's do another experiment here as well. Let's remove the divination cat, and let's replace it with a tier 10 B pet. I just want to experiment on the Okay, so now compared to your first setup, max HP is increased by 10, max SP is increased by 6, and then your P attack actually went up from 63 to 70. So now you have higher P attack. And I'll take a screenshot here just so stream can go ahead and compare the three. Right. So the reason why that happens is because of how tiers work in the game, and when it comes to assists, generally levels and gear have very little bearing on the stats, little to no bearing on the stats that the pet gives you when they're under assist. It's mostly because of like the tier of the pet. So a tier 1 S pet versus a tier 10 like C pet or B pet is still gonna lose out, right? And okay, so let me just one is, and if you want, we could do a little bit of an experiment here. We could probably put like we could replace the chicken with like an S pet just to see the comparison. Yeah, tier 5, and then we can look at the stat preview again. Alright, see, so even with the tier 5 S pet, it still ends up with 40 less HP, less SP, and 10 less P attack. So yeah, so that's basically the power of tier of pet tiers. And I just wanted to demonstrate that because like that's one of the things one of the small things that you could use to min-max your stats. Yep, and then assist, you could put the B pet chicken in there. Yeah, or any tier 10 B pet, really, as long as it's tier 10. But yeah, see, that we have that. You can actually possibly replace the bulldog with another B pet because like bulldog is probably something that you use for PvP. Yeah, that works. All right, we check it again just to be sure. Stats are still the same, 100. Yeah, there you go. All right. So it's only 7 P attack, but like, you know, with the concept of like higher tier pets being more value in terms of assist, hopefully when you get to like another tier 10 pet, which is very close, is going to be your divination cat, which you're just going to get from Alfheim. You'll probably get like more P attack value that way. Okay, so now we can leave here. So let's just add that. Okay, assist pets tiers matter. Oh, matters more than pet rank or level. Right? Okay. So we covered so far we covered titles, mounts, pets, sigils, and we covered some of the gear as well. Again, the gear, we'll have to go back to that depending on what you decide on when Red Cores come out. So let's go to statue. I actually want to see your statues. I'm seeing your wisdom statue is still level 5. Yeah, the wisdom statue. Let me take a look at the wisdom statue there. Okay, so you're missing 0.25 P damage here by not leveling that up, and possibly more bonuses as the statue itself levels up as well. Is there any reason that you're holding off on your statue level for wisdom?
Kasi ito yung plan ko i-level 8.
Mm-hmm.
Kailangan ko lang ng another 3 nito sa next, guild league.
Mm-hmm.
Saka ito ile-level 8 ko din.
Okay. And you're going for PvE damage though? Versus or versus
Yung yung damage versus all sizes.
Okay. That's what you're
And then
chasing for.
damage to all races.
Okay. Um do you have like neons for chisel?
Yeah, actually plan ko din naman siya plan ko
Mhm.
rin siya i-upgrade soon.
Yeah, because P damage when you get to like wisdom level 8 for much cheaper from the looks of
Yeah.
it is going to give you 1% P damage anyway, along with the upgrades that
Mhm.
you get from getting P damage.
Yeah.
Um that's from a percent perspective is probably going to be more cost effective than any upgrades that you could come up with right now.
Yeah,
So I
gets.
would look into let's say Alfheim is one thing, growth packs if you know, it doesn't have to be Nyan, you could also use Diamond.
Mhm.
And take into consideration because this is like the fact that you actually have a lot of like offensive statue upgrades or level ups available means that you have a huge power spike just like waiting to be done, waiting to be upgraded. So once you invest a little bit into this, like just to make sure that it's all caught up to speed, because like for me, my duels max already, my runes max already. It I say rune because like I'm a wizard. But when for you it's like wisdom. It's pretty crazy how much value you get into that, and for rune as well. If you go to rune, I just want to double check rune here. For parts though, not the statue level itself. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's good that you leveled that as well. What's the middle again? PDEF. Okay, that's not that valuable. Okay, and the other one is like intelligence, right? Index. Fortitude. You have everything leveled as well. Vits and max HP. That's also good. Okay. And like, but you said that your concern is DPS right now. So not too high value in this strength. All right. But yeah. So next time na mabudol ka ulit ng Ro, you might want to consider investing more into chisels because that's some high value stuff right there.
Yeah.
And then I'll off stream I'll teach you something later to help you get to that a lot cheaper. So let's back out of this one. Oh, I see you have a red statue. Oh boy. That are you trying to get that red statue to level 12?
No, just level 4.
4? Okay. I'm about to say, yeah, you're about to have a really strong AoE. But it's very expensive. I don't recommend it
Yeah.
right now. Yeah. So let's exit out of this one. I actually want to see your RO shop.
Arrow?
RO shop at the top. Yep. Statue.
Again, ano yan?
Your RO shop, the cash shop. Alright. Your RO shop, the RO shop right beside trade.
RO shop. Sorry,
Mhm.
akala ko arrow.
Oh yeah. Let's see. So I want to see your diamond shop first. Okay, so you get your carving hammers there. Scroll up a little bit. I just want to make sure everything else is good. Scroll up a little bit. Okay, Scroll up a little bit more. Okay. Okay, I can see that you're not buying out your blessed weapon ores. It's like weekly limit 20, so imagine like buying that every week. Um, the sooner you get your weapon to plus 20, the better, regardless of like what
Mhm.
spec you're going for. So just having that like
Mhm.
every week maxed, like fully bought out, and I'll teach you a way to max that out later off stream. Um, okay, all right. So let me just diamond shop. You need to max out blessed weapon ores to get weapon plus 20 ASAP and up accessories as well. Okay. Okay. Let me take a look at your growth shop now. Oh god, you. Oh my god. Okay, never mind then. You bought everything out. Did you buy these out, or did the previous owner buy these out?
Me.
Oh my god. Okay. Let's go to diamonds. Okay. Take a look at the other remaining growth packs. I just want to see. I don't have them memorized. Refining satchel, torch token, Siegfried. Okay, that's not that good. Show me the 45 one. Guild token might be decent, but not important right now. Take a look at the 55 one. Card coupon. Oh gosh, our reputation box. Guild token 600. That one's actually pretty good as well. Okay, and go to Neonberry shop. Just want to see what you're buying. Okay, scroll down a little bit. Okay. You're buying out everything. That's really good. Okay. Alright. I have no problems with these purchases. I just wanted to make sure that you were buying everything correctly. Scroll up a little bit. Just a little bit more. Okay. So definitely chisels and carving hammers are not being maxed out. That's fine. Okay. Okay. So we can scroll out of this one. We can exit out of this one, I mean, sorry. Okay. So nothing to grab for neons here. Let me just make sure that everything else is good. Okay. Open up the menu again at the right side. Yeah. I just want to make sure that I didn't miss anything here. Go through my list. Sigil's done, mounts done, title's done. Medals, I didn't check medals because I saw it from when you showed it on stream last time. And you, from what you said, you had a pretty good understanding of medals already. So statue is good, feather's good. Okay. So for stats, we would just wanna aim for so we just write that down here for stats. Let's put us for stats, so because we want to focus on like okay. All right, so we covered everything so far. Okay. Okay. So for PvP, what's your major issue in PvP? Is it surviving or just damage in general?
Yeah, damage. Kasi parang ever since na-release yung Sigil, parang yung sniper, parang
Mhm.
ang hina talaga ng damage niya. And actually may nag-comment nga dito kanina sa live stream.
Mhm.
And napanood ko din kasi yon si Kimo. Are you familiar with Kimo? Akita
Chemo.
Gaming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 426, ano siya, 426K na sniper.
Mhm.
And 30 lang yung na-kills niya sa guild league nila.
Yeah. Um.
So parang, I'm not sure kung talagang umihina yung damage ng sniper. Or mali lang yung build ko?
So, the main problem with that ADL snipers face is that they're, again, like what I said earlier, that like compared to defensive sigils, like offensive sigils seem very underwhelming. That's because of like just how they're broken. They're really OP. You have something. It's like the bane of consistent damage classes, because like you have one, like when you drop them down to 20% and lower, all of a sudden they gain 50% of their HP back, right? And you're trying to consistently damage them. The moment you damage them, they're already healing like 5% HP per second. So it's very hard for you to get through the people now, because like the reason why I don't recommend ADL usually at this stage in the game and later is because of the fact that just fundamentally, in order for you to output your full DPS, the caveat is that your target has to take damage from you for like however many seconds it takes for you to output your full DPS to be able to kill them.
Yeah.
And if you're playing a MOBA, right? Like if you're playing ML, you're playing League, you're playing Dota or something like that. If you're an AD carry, chances are your support's probably trying to peel for you at the same time, so you can output your DPS safely. You probably have proper spacing, right? Not really possible in Rue. So, like nobody can really peel for you, right?
Yeah.
Like there's not a lot of CC, and because of like the way that targeting works in the game, nobody can really peel for you either. And you don't, like the people that you can kill, but like the people that you can't kill, like you're not building up items and itemizing against them like you would in a MOBA, so you're just never gonna be able to kill them. And that's the downfall of like ADL snipers, and that's always been their weakness, and that weakness just becomes more exacerbated by the fact that like sigils came into play. So the only way for you to be able to like shred through them is if you gap them in terms of PvP damage.
Yeah.
But in order for you to actually kill high DP players reliably, it's going to be very hard for you to do as an ADL sniper. It always has been. It's just more so now. And if, let's say like it's somebody with higher PvP damage reduction than your PvP damage, and they have a paladin behind them, the problem is that when another whale target gets devoed and you're hitting that target, right? Like the whale, let's say like you have 2k PvP damage, they have 3k PvP damage reduction. When you're hitting that guy, even though the paladin that's devoing them is the one taking damage, but even if it's a free-to-play devo, the mitigation is from the devo target. So that free-to-play paladin is actually now just about as tanky mitigation-wise as the whale that you're hitting. So that's the problem, and that's what makes it that much harder for ADL to kind of like up with their DPS and kill people. It's still very possible still, but it's going to be a lot harder than, let's say, like a high wizard. Let's say like a high wizard with your gear, who would just like drop a gravity field on somebody and completely ignore their magic defense, right? What's the best way I could put this is I would put it as like if you were an AD carry and you just had no protection, and the enemy like made the AP carry. I don't know what do you call it in ML? Is it AP carry still? Ability carry? Like
mages.
Mages, right? Oh yeah, it's mages in general. Like, yeah, mages can just burst you down at any point in time. Like there's nothing you can do about it. And that always, and you know, if that always feels bad in MOBAs, it's going to feel extra bad in here. I'm not trying to dissuade you from sniper, but I'm just kind of like pointing out like the fundamental weakness that snipers have, and that's been
Yeah.
further exacerbated by the fact that you know that sigils came into play. And if you actually, I think you let me just double check my screenshots here because I believe I screenshotted oh god, just what's that? Open with tool. There you go. I can send this to you. And I'll put it in the podcast chat here right now as well. There you go. I mean, this is the max level of it, the power of the stars. Like when dealing damage, there's an 8% chance to increase the damage dealt by an additional amount equal to 10% of the target's maximum HP, up to 300% of the attacker's physical attack plus magic attack. If triggered, the damage dealt is increased by an additional 2% for every 10% above 30% of the target's maximum HP after being triggered. So that is like HP shred that would kind of help you deal more DPS. The problem is still that you're sacrificing tanky sigils to deal more damage. Wizard, for example, won't have to do that. They can just have pure tanky sigils and still output more damage than you in PvP. Eventually, when sages come out, they can do the same thing. Biochemists, if you go up against a biochemist, they can burst you down within one acid demonstration. So unless you spec into Sharpshoot, I think even if you upgrade your statue by quite a lot, like the targets that you couldn't kill before, they're still going to be just as tough to kill.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Now that's for Guild League. It might be a different story in War of Imperium. It's still going to be a bit of a struggle though, because like in War of Imperium, you mostly fight choke points, and there's no way for an ADL sniper to go through a choke point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad. I don't want to be a downer for Ada because it's a fun spike and a fun class to play. It's just, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like picture out a scenario that like we could make this work, but like just fundamentally, it's a bit hard because like the targets that you try to kill probably like which targets do you usually struggle with? Like probably Paladin.
Parang lahat.
Lahat? Oh no. Do you have did you stream it by any chance? Do you have like a video you could show me?
No. Pero yung wait lang. Ito yung yung top 2 na kalaban namin. Ayan, 75 kills. So I'm not sure. Parang kasi yung kukunat nila lahat kahit walang super whale sa kalaban.
It's just the initial burst of sigils. Because you probably can't like the most of like their medium geared people that you probably can't kill them in like 2 seconds, right?
Yeah, 5 to 10 seconds or more.
Yeah, and that's because like that's just because of sigils. But I mean, you're not doing bad by any means. Like, would you be able to do better as like a wizard, for example, or an ME priest? Like, yeah, sure, but you're not doing bad by any means. It's just that like there's probably some classes that you'll just never be able to kill, like a geared paladin. And your only other option is Sharpshoot or Trapper Sniper, which I don't know if you actually want to go Trapper Sniper.
Yung Sharpshoot ba? Yung Red Sigil ba? Level 90 siya lalabas or later pa?
We actually don't know. It's up to them if whenever they want to release it. But they did tease it already in the previous patch notes that there's gonna be new sigils. Um, so pray and hope
I mean yung red ano
na
pala, yung red Berus
Red
or
Varus
Sharpshoot.
course, red course.
Red
Yeah.
course.
So red course usually they release around like level 90 to like in between level 90 to 100 is when they release. In NA, I think they released them like close to like 90s, and then in Taiwan, I think they released them close to like 100.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so siguro ano, try kong i-explore din yung ano, yung Sharpshoot kasi mukhang masaya rin naman yung class niya. Talagang sa ngayon meron lang siyang casting.
Yeah. So if you still want to play ADL, we actually reviewed this in a video in one of our guild meetings where you could equip like a Dark Priest card. Like if you look at Dark Priest card right now, you can see the effect. Let's see like what it is at max. And there's no cooldown on this card. Yeah, so your attacks have a 20% chance to take away 10% of your target's max SP. And normal attacks can take away up to 100 SP, while skills can take up to 300 SP, and that's like at base, right? So let's say you're going up against a wizard, or let's say like you're going up against like any type of class that uses skill. You can actually make them useless. Because you can wear a Marduk card to prevent a silence, so you can still use your skills, but you can't. There's nothing that can combat like 0 SP.
Yeah,
so it goes from 20%, and yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, your auto attacks will decrease 300 SP. Like, for example, like just for reference, my SP right now as a wizard. Is 2,691. So, in a matter of like a second or two, you could incapacitate somebody. So that's one way that you can offer, because you will do damage, yes, but since like level 70 and higher, when it comes to ADL, your advantage is always going to be the fact that like in PvP, because of your fast attack speed and your range, that you could CC lock somebody. Whether it's Requiem card, whether it's like Silence, or in this case Dark Priest, which just basically has no counter.
Mahirap lang makakuha ng Dark Priest. Walang lumalabas sa auction.
Well, on the bright side, eventually lalabas siya sa Bloody Branch. It's going to be released in Bloody Branch. So then you'll see an influx of Dark Priest, and in that time, you can do that, or if you can get a Baphomet card. I don't know if you want to get a Baphomet card. You can do you can do many AoEs. But yeah, if that's also an option if you really want to make ADL work. But again, if you I don't want to take up too much more of your time than I already have, but
No, it's okay.
If you decide to go Sharpshoot, shoot me a DM, and
yes, I will.
And then we'll customize your build to make sure that like you're actually dealing as much damage as you possibly can, because not just PvP but grinding. Sharpshoot is going to be meta. When Aldebaran comes out, the best spots to grind is going to be like Geographer, and they don't move, so you don't have to worry. And with Fire Arrows and Scorpion cards, you just one shot them.
Yeah.
When most classes can't even do that yet.
How about yung dancer?
Dancer?
Di ba yung dancer, i-re-release siya? Ay, isa din yun sa mga class na tinitingnan ko.
Ah.
And sinusubukan kong mag-search ng mga guides or mga sample ng dancer sa YouTube kaso
Hmm.
parang wala akong makitang reliable.
So dancer, bar dancer, really good utility. A whaled out, like let's say like barter dancer is very hard to kill because if you can't kill them, their heals are just going to take like 100k plus, like per tick.
Yeah.
It's very hard to kill them. They're good utility. The only thing is like their damage isn't that impressive. Dancer, for example, has ugly dance, which does like damage like in a certain area around her. But that's not gonna compare to like sharpshoot. That's not gonna compare to like gravity field or you know ME, for example. But in terms of like utility, they're one of the best. They also have a resurrect. Yeah. It's just that it's harder to target people outside your party.
So damage wise, walang wala talaga yung dancer.
Yeah, unfortunately.
How about yung sharpshoot pala? Goods ba siya sa MVP or
MVP
compared to ADL?
If you have like instacast pretty much, then it's still pretty good. Very good DPS. Because once you get rid of the cast time factor, which really is like what decreases your DPS, then sharpshoot becomes a monster when it comes to DPSing bosses.
And ano yung weapon na suggestion mo for sharpshoot?
Sharpshoot?
Malang?
Malang crab.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Like Malang crab, we can take a look at it right now. So just the base. We're not even gonna look at the level 90. We'll just look at the 80. So level 80 plus 15 ignore P-def 30%. Just more crit and more crit damage, which lets you reach that threshold like even faster with White Wing set. And then once you get to like the Divine Armament, and where is Mondo Crab? There you go. So all the other extra stats that it gives you later on, which will actually give you more physical defense, pierce, ignore, just boost your damage even more. So your burst is going to be pretty crazy. And there's like another build that like we tried out in NA. We'll have to test it out here in global, see if it still works. Is the Magic Tide set, just for more burst damage for sharpshoot.
Magic Tide?
Magic Tide set. So what that does, what that does is basically it gives you more SP, and the more SP you have, the more damage it gives you burst wise.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. So that could also be another supplement to your damage. So you can see like how all these other factors just kind of like jump into sharpshoot to make it that much stronger. And that's why it becomes meta. And sorry, I haven't been paying attention to the chat because I've been so focused on there. Like Dane is saying is wanting me to say hi to you, and
hello.
Like I noticed like a lot of my viewers are also like huge ML, like a lot of my members actually in Dynasty are huge ML players. I almost mainly played ML before. My friends invited me to play. But then by the time I got out of the tutorial, they stopped playing because another game released. So I never actually ended up having to play ML.
Yeah. Actually, even before kita mapanood sa ROO, pinapanood ka na namin sa Rose Online.
Rose Online? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh no. Did you play Rose Online?
Si Wise, yung teammate ko.
Oh. Yeah. That was a fun time while it lasted. And then there were too many bugs. Yeah, I did that. Now that That I didn't know. I didn't know that you were watching since Rose Online. That was such a long time ago.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah. Do you have any more questions? Just I'm here like all day, so.
Yeah, so wala naman na.
Mm-hmm.
Siguro mag-message na lang ako.
Ah,
Especially pag magsa-switch ako to Sharpshoot.
sige, sige. So what I'll do now is I'll go ahead and end stream here, and then just if you just want to give me a second, there's something that I can tell you after I end stream here. So let me just go ahead and end stream and just say goodbye to stream here. Guys, thank you for watching the stream, and you know, thank you so much, Queen, for
Yeah, thank you
gracing
so
us with your
much.
presence. And then I'll go ahead and close the stream now because then I can upload this later. And then if you just don't mind waiting for me for a little bit, I have something to